Can you help me get my mom back to Kansas? I lost my mom September 30th, 2025. She was 84 years young and lived a full life. She had a lot of family during her life. She lost her two sisters at young ages. Judy Kay was just 5 months old, and Joyce Ann was 8 years old. Her father had passed away in 1982 at the age of 67. Her brother in 2011 at the age of 68. His son in 2018 at the age of 48. Then her mother in 2015 at the age of 94. She got married twice. Her first husband, Lester Charles Berger, were together for 17 years and had 4 kids together. The youngest, Keith, had changed his name to Klein when he became of age. Lester worked while she did everything else alone. Her second husband, Ronald Klein, had 1 child with her, and it was me. November 1st, they would have celebrated 50 years. Staying married for a long time seems to run in this family. Okay, it seems to run in this family for the girls. My sister has been married for 49 years, and I have been married for 28. Don't try to do the math. You won't understand. I still don't. The oldest sibling, Deb, was born in 58 and gave her 2 grandsons. One of those grandsons birthed her 3 great-grandchildren. Chuck was born in 1960 and passed away in 2016, and Tom was born in 1961. It is unknown if there are any mini burgers running around, but I'm betting there is. Keith was born in 68 and gave her 3 grandchildren. One of them gave her 2 great-grandchildren, and one of them was the very first great-granddaughter. Mom was so ecstatic when she was born. Finally, a girl! But she barely ever got to see her. Then, 14 years later, I was born. I only gave my mom 1 child. Mom thought it was funny to tell my boyfriends that I was the next in line for triplet girls. Joke's on her. I had the 6th grandson. Thanks to Ron being in the military, she got to travel a lot. She used to bring homesick personnel to our house for home-cooked meals and then send them home with desserts for the barracks. She would babysit kids and pets for the military families, and anybody's ear that she could grab, she would load it up. Her favorite subject was her family, especially the grandbabies. She was a Kansas-only sports person. She supported the Jayhawks, Royals, and the Chiefs. Oh, we must add that she also loved NASCAR. Home Depot for the win. Her sickness wasn't quick. Over the years, she began to wear down, going out less, getting sick more. She had become a regular in the ER and was spending more and more time in the hospital. My dad has a lot more strength and patience than I do. I would call her on the phone. I cleaned her house. I did her laundry. In the past couple months, she had gotten incoherent on the phones, or she would fall asleep. In the final 2 months, she refused to leave the house, always sleeping and crying out in pain. My family drove down to Phoenix and spent some time with her at the end of August. On Friday, September 26th, my dad called to let me know that my mom was taken away in an ambulance. It must have been serious. He usually drives her. She had been having breathing problems, and his back was hurting him severely, and he couldn't carry her. He kept me updated, but when they took her to the ICU, they told my daddy that she would not be with us much longer. I started freaking out, crying, pacing the halls. I started throwing things together, giving myself 4 days of clothes. My husband notified me they were going to, as well as my brother Tom. I packed for everyone, and we took 2 cars. In town, my brother and I went to the hospital, and my husband and child went to look for a place to stay. My mother was lucid, acknowledged us being there, and we even talked a bit. We stayed for a while, then I told her we would be back tomorrow with Dave and Riley. Saturday morning, we all went to the hospital. We entered the room, and my mother was asleep. She never woke up, and I regret not letting my son come and see her the night before. He never got to hear her say, "I love you, love bug." And it kills me. My parents had chosen comfort care. Personal tip, don't choose that option. Choose the quickest one. It is a type of torture that you don't want for you or your loved one. When we got in the parking garage to leave, the nurse called to notify us that they were taking her off all the medication. On Sunday, I sent my husband and my child home. My brother and I would arrive at the hospice daily, talking to her and reminiscing with my dad. On Monday night, her breathing was so horrible it sounded like she was snorkeling. I chewed out the staff and told them just to end it already. This was torture. How can this be right? No liquid, no food or drink, just drugs until they finally pass? 4:15 a.m. my dad called. The nurses said that her breathing had gotten worse and that she was crying and we might want to come now. A couple minutes later, my dad called again and said we were too late. I lost it in the hotel and it took me 2 hours to drive to my mama. And there was no getting her back. The reason for this video is to help my daddy. He lives off Social Security. My brother fronted the money for the hotels, but we bankrupted him and we used half of our paycheck to get us there. I set a goal of $1,500 with a GoFundMe account, support for Mom's Cremation and Burial. We raised $1,300. I want to make her happy and send her home. Please help me.